Tia. I am the owner and creator of Tea with Tia. And I will let my special guest today introduce himself.
I go by the name of King E.B. Bello, and it's Ibello, E.B. Bello, King E.B. Bello. And yeah, I do Afrobeat music. I'm a very versatile artist, but my base genre is Afrobeats. I mean, most people have been hearing it all around the airwaves. A lot of the industry, they're starting to get the vibe of Afrobeat. So, and likes of Nicki Minaj. DeVito just dropped an album, Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown's on there. To get, people that don't understand what Afrobeat is, but when you come listen to my music, you're gonna catch a vibe, you're gonna catch Afrobeats, but you're gonna catch King Evie too. So it's Afrobeats, and then it's a genre that I'm working on for, my own genre. You get what I'm saying? I come with a lot. So yeah.
So is EB short for your first name? How do you say your first name? I was trying.
I knew you would come with that. But hey, it's Ibrahim.
I
Ibrahim.
figured that's what it was. Okay.
Right, right. It's just kind of like EB, but EB was a nickname. One of my coaches in in middle school actually couldn't say it just like you couldn't say it, and said, "You know what? I'm gonna call you EB," and then we just
It stuck with you.
just stuck with me. It's amazing how nicknames can stick with you.
So what you been doing since the last time I saw you? I think I saw you about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm always focused, just focusing on, my goal with this, this music. Um, I'm always in the studio. I'm always networking, ever since whenever I start something, I say this is what I want to do. I just keep going moving forward. So you're gonna see me once I've started. I've been doing this for a year and a half. It's 2 years now. The pandemic made it a little longer, made it seem a little, But ever since I started, I haven't stopped. That's why people are starting to, they hear about me. They're like, who's this? I'm out here. I've been to every show that I feel like someone should be at to show their talents.
Okay.
I definitely started from the ground up.
So we're actually gonna get into your music, into your career. Before we do that, I personally like to get to know the artist that I'm talking to, because to me it just makes things better. So first of all, with Thanksgiving being what, in 2 weeks, are you looking forward to Thanksgiving?
I definitely am. Get to spend time, with family. But this year may be a little different because of
COVID.
I just
So what would you say is your Thanksgiving plate starting five? Like, what has to be on your plate on Thanksgiving Day?
Yo, I'm Nigerian. I'm weird. Like when it comes, so because you remember you asked me about grits, and
Yeah,
I told
great.
you sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not with you with the
So
sugar, but
like it's a little different. Like because I love Nigerian food. So you'll have something called jollof rice.
okay, I've
I
had that
love I
before.
love mashed potatoes. I love a good salad with cucumbers and grape tomatoes. I love macaroni and cheese. I'm very simple. I'm
Okay,
very,
I ain't hear no meat on that plate.
I
What a
mean,
turkey?
nah.
No turkey.
I'm a vegan, man.
Oh, so you're vegan?
And yeah, I'm working. Just not too long in it, but
Well, don't they have vegan meat?
yeah.
That's dope. Though. I would have never known you was vegan.
Why do I look like?
Well,
Is
I
there a
don't think
look?
vegan have a look, but I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have thought that you were a vegan. So, how would you describe yourself using 3 words?
Love, happy, um, blessed.
I like,
Yeah.
I like.
hmm
All right. So, tell me where you from? Born and raised.
Um, I was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey, but didn't live there too long. Then I moved. I would pretty much say born and raised in North Carolina. Both my parents are Nigerian though, so I'm a full Nigerian blood.
So being that your parents are Nigerian, have you ever been to Nigeria?
I have, yeah. When I was,
How was
but
that?
it's been a while. It's like from when I was 7 to like 9. It's amazing. I love my culture. When you first see me, you may not know that I was, but I can speak my language too. I can fluently speak that. You
Speak
know,
something for me. Let me
I,
hear.
I already knew you would come with that.
Let me hear.
Mon life, but Luti with Tia.
What will you say? I'm having tea with you.
I'm on live with Tia with
Oh, I'm
Tia
on live, and it kind of sound like you said that.
because it's still me. It's just
So,
me.
what's the name of that language?
It's Yoruba.
Okay, all right.
Yoruba. You probably got a friend here, there somewhere that has maybe Igbo or Yoruba. It's kind
I
of like.
think I've heard of it.
Hmm.
Don't quote me. So I see you with your braids over there. So how often do people tell you that you look like Pop Smoke?
every every single day, hey, rest in peace to him. And I mean, I really feel I mean, my vibes are like how he was, as he was coming up. That's probably the most resemblance that I would get from that. I mean, as his music was elevating, that's how I feel like that's how I'm gonna be. So
Hmm.
I mean, the hair is just I've been doing this for a long time too, but I guess when he passed and people really noticed him, they just have that hairstyle stuck to
Yeah,
him.
they call it the Pop Smoke braids, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I like the, I like it, so that's the reason why I kind of keep it. I might change it up some every once in a while, but not, I do how I feel like I want to do. It doesn't really mess up anything with me. It actually elevates and make people go look at my stuff more.
Hmm. So how long have you been growing your hair out?
Like almost 4 years now.
Would you ever cut it?
Man, this since I became an artist, man, it just became. I love this. I actually love this look on me. I don't. Of course, it's if I feel like cutting it one day, I would. But I don't think I'm gonna cut it for a long time. I like, not for a long time. This is my music look. Nobody even knows how I looked when I had a haircut anymore.
Oh, we might can find some pictures on the internet.
Right, probably, man. There's some out there.
So, start talking about some music a little bit. So, do you listen to any female artists or any female artists out that you like?
Um, well, to be honest, I like to. I listen to a lot more independent artists. Just every once in a while I catch whatever everybody else is listening to, but there's a few local ones. They would be surprised that I even said it, but I'm more inspired by their work ethic. And one person, her name is Exhale Teo. She
Oh
was
yeah, I
actually at
love
the
her.
she was actually at the show, and I got a track with her called Chill.
Yeah, I saw that. It was dope.
About 15K. Yeah, she's very consistent. When I was on the rise with my at the open mics, she was on the grind with me too. She hasn't stopped ever since. So that's what I look at too. It's not, there's a lot of talented people, but are they gonna keep going?
Right.
That's what separates. So, and then another person is her name's Destiny Divine. Um, on Instagram. I've been, she has an amazing voice. I've caught her in the studio with my, engineer, LaFell. I think I really feel like I'm going to reach out to her if she sees this interview. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to reach out to her, for a track for my album coming up because
That's dope.
she's consistent too. I like work, independent artists, man, they just have that grind, that hunger. When you have mixed
Yeah.
hunger with, your grind, it's going to be amazing.
So, do you have a celebrity crush?
No, I really don't, to be honest. Like I I always,
Yes, you do.
I always bring up things. Let me tell you something about me. Like I always bring up things like about my sign a lot, just because my nature doesn't really have a nature of how do I say this? You're gonna vibe with me before you even know that you're so like I'm not gonna I can't really tell you what like if I have to vibe with you, so I don't really have no person that I'm really like, oh my gosh, if I see you, because I feel myself too. Like I'm like I feel like if they meet me, they gonna vibe with me too. That's
Okay,
what
toot your own horn.
I'm
I'm
just
all
saying.
for horn tooting.
You have to vibe with me, and then you'll really understand. That's the only way I can really explain it.
I feel that. So I did read your bio, and I saw that you tapped into photography and videography. So, do you still do that?
Definitely, I've been doing that for 13 years. Nobody really knows that. That's the reason why I have a grind like I do. You know, I've already been an
You said
entrepreneur.
you did it for how many years?
13,
Wow.
and still counting. You know, it's not a hobby. It's what I love. You know, anything I love, I do to the fullest.
So, you said you've been doing photography for 13 years, and I did read that you started doing music when you were 7. Like most kids are playing with toys or video games. So, how did you know at such a young age that you wanted to, you know, partake in music? Like, how did you figure that?
You know, as if you're, I feel like if you're from the Nigerian descent, if you just you're gonna the beat of the drum is already in your blood before you even are born. You know, so I started with the drums. You know, I was always while I'm washing dishes, banging on the sink. You know, all the time, and you know, it's just always been about the drums, pretty much. You know, I played in churches. You know, as I grew up. You know, so if you listen to my, you know, my music and the beats, I pick all my beats. You know, I choose the you know what I should start with, you know, so it's always that bass of the drum that, you know, just like here, you know, people love 808s, you know, the African
Mm-hmm.
vibe too has its own thing that makes you just want to just move your body, you know. So
Right.
you know, so since when I was younger, I was just always, you know, messing with the drums, and you know.
So, did you teach yourself how to play the drums?
Yeah, self-thought, everything, man. As I've grown, you know, older, you know, once I like something, I bang on it, bang on it, bang on it, and keep, you know, trying to figure out it can do something else. You know, just anything that I touch. You know,
So, would you say that your percussion skills have pretty much helped you have a good ear for when you're picking your beats?
definitely, definitely, because I just feel like I've always known what a good vibe is.
Okay.
Like I know I've been around enough to where like I know this is what is gonna make the. That's how I really, you know, pick out how my EPs are gonna go. I do it how I feel like. I feel like okay, it's about to be the summer. I'm gonna give them these type of vibes, and then you know I write to those. You know, so
So, do you remember your very first record that you did? Do you remember it?
I remember my very first record as an Afrobeat artist. You know, because you know on my journey coming up, I was trying to be a hip hop artist like everybody does. You know, I'm a good songwriter, but you know, it just wasn't me. Afrobeats is me. You know what I'm saying? My first Afrobeat record is a track called Memory. That's actually what made things go to the next level. You know, there was people that were just like, yo, this is you. It's actually out. You know, it's actually under EB Bello. I wasn't King EB Bello yet. It's just EB Bello Memory.
So,
And
like, you had two YouTubes.
I mean, yeah, too. Yeah,
Because I had got confused. I was like, wait, because I was looking for your
see.
stuff, and I found your other
That's
YouTube.
why. See the EB Bello, because EB is connected to a lot of things. You like I said, I was a photographer first and a videographer. So if you type in EB Bello, a lot of things are gonna
Come up.
you get what I'm saying. But you know, in this new world now, I'm King EB Bello. You know what I'm saying? Like, and EB Bello, the artist that started, I just have singles out as far as under that name. But if you type in King EB Bello, you see
Okay.
everything that's under the king.
So, being that you said you tried, the hip hop thing, kind of leads me to my next question. Have you ever created a record that you felt like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that? Kind of like,
You
like
know
that
what?
wasn't my
Yo,
best work.
and it is. No, seriously. Like it's amazing that you say that. Like, okay, I have a song right now called Joe, right?
Okay.
Okay, and it's like the dopest. Like it's I'm speaking my language pretty much throughout the track, mixing every once in a while I got English in there. But what I'm saying, the most of Nigerian culture would be like, what? I mean, it's not nothing. It's like I'm saying um I'm high, I'm drunk, let's just dance. That's what I'm saying. But if you see the video and if it's like it's an amazing, everybody loves that track. You know what I'm saying? I performed it at the Oxfest. I mean they loved it, you know. So but it's what's amazing about the situation is if I would have worried about what people felt, because I battled with myself about putting that out, but I have a great support system around me that, you know, it's like, you know what, like even though I'm always the person already that says I don't worry about what people think, you know, I still have people that's like, yo, that's fire, just put it out. And when I did, and the results that I was thinking wasn't gonna was gonna happen didn't happen, and it was actually a good positive. So you know that gave me a boost as far as knowledge, and just do what your heart desired. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you do things for yourself, then you don't have to worry about it. Like just like when you paying your own bills, you don't have to worry about nobody telling you what to do. So you gotta
That's
do it
that's
for
real. So, how would you say you've grown from your very first project or a song to your current work?
Oh, I think I'm like LeBron James. Like
And
I'm sorry. Like see when I speak like this is because I'm very confident because
I like it. I love it. Definitely be confident.
I act on whatever I put, whatever I say. So, like since the time I've started, anybody that's been watching me, and I have loyal fans, and I love all my fans out there, they see that they can literally calculate that in 2 years from now, if he's still going the way that he's been going since he started, he's like I have people like so behind me that's so amazing. Like I'm not a person that can even stop because I love to when even one person, and I've always been like that since the time that I started, this music is, even if it was one person that says, hey, I love what you're doing, that's all I needed to keep going. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I did photography, like I've done the photography and videography. All I needed was one person, and it led to a spread of people, because eventually, in the beginning, people don't understand what's different. You know what I'm saying? And then if you show them, and if you a leader and you lead the way, then eventually they catch on, and it's a beautiful thing, So I already had a map of, I just got to keep going. I just got to keep showing them. I already know, my team already knows what's going on, So it takes time for the whole world to, understand. And I feel like I'm going to be one of the biggest artists in the world. It's my
Well, when
work.
you get big, don't forget me.
Definitely not. That's why we having tea with Tia or wine with Tia.
Or lemonade with Tia today.
Right.
So I have to ask, because I ask everybody this. Your fans. What would you name your fans?
You know what? This is amazing, man. Shout out to my dancers in Nigeria. During the pandemic, man, I connected internationally where, I was working with a lot of international dancers to do promo, for my music. And one of them came up with a great idea, man. Shout out to E Black. His name is E Black, one of the dancers. And he says the how does that, let me say it the right way. Hold on. The E Benders. I think it's this wine. Hold up, hold up. It's
Did you say the E Benders?
it's something like that, like because it still had my.
The E Benders.
Okay, I got it. I know what it is. I had to really focus. It's the Iberians.
Oh, the
Iberians.
Iberians. I like
Because
that.
you get what I'm saying, like but like
It got that
Iberians.
Nigerian feel
You
to it
get what I'm
too.
saying? That's what it was, and I thought
I like
that's how I felt.
it.
That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in my team, they felt like, what, just keep doing what you're doing, is gonna naturally come. Everybody else is, the beehive. Everybody else is naturally come. You know, I'm a king, so I was looking so much towards like what is the king's people, you know? And so I always say my people.
So, good or bad, what have you learned as you navigate through your career?
Man, I've learned so many beautiful things even through the bad ones. Like I think the most like starting if I want to give advice even to artists coming up, you know, you start from the open mics, you start from the very beginning so you can really see what type of showcases will work for you, because there's all kinds of people trying to do showcases that you don't even know if they're fake or they're just trying to get money or there's really no,
Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm saying? So you have to maneuver through that. And you know, I gave myself like a certain amount of times that I go to a certain open mic so that I can, so that means I had to work every time I went to a different open mic. I had to level up, you get what I'm saying? I had to be different. So um my first few open mics, you know, were the most nerve-wracking ones, but you know I
I
had
bet.
I mean I had, you know, when I first did my first track, you know, I had like two people had take their phones out. I think that was good. You know, there was only two people that came to the front, but through that, I really learned like to get all your nerves out of your system. What worked for me was really, you know, once I mastered my songs that I was making and I really got in tune with the music that I was making, and I listened to my music every day. When you get on stage, you just turn it up.
Vibing.
You just vibing. That's, you know, so I think, you know, people have to master their craft. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? And you know, so I think the biggest thing from learning, I would say, okay, let me tell you a good and a bad thing that I learned. So I'm not going past the question that you asked me. A
Okay.
good thing that I learned is that once you master your craft, I mean, it's just you're just only gonna keep going up because you just start meeting new people. Because every show that I went to after I performed, I started gaining more confidence. And then people, one person would just, even it would be one person that would say, "Hey man, I like what you did." Then there'll be two people the next show be like, "Hey man," and even just the fact that those two people or people were brave enough to even come to me, and there's probably other people that weren't brave enough. So I took those two people or however many that came up, and I just kept using those as validation because, you know, let me go to the bad thing.
Okay.
So the bad thing that I learned, man, there's gonna be a lot of situations of, you know, promoters that you like. There's some things I had to pay for in the beginning because I didn't know. You know, there's some shows I had to pay for. You know, where I thought I was gonna be performing at the right time, but I didn't get to perform till everybody was about to be gone. So I learned that, okay, when you are, if you do pay for something, you want to make it make sense, like you're opening for somebody, you know. But I think I was okay with it because, you know, I was learning along the way. I needed time to master things. So when I felt like I was good at this level, then I said, okay, you got to level up this next level. You can't do this. You don't do this same type of showcase. Now you got to go to a festival. Now you got to, because I
You live
mean,
and you learn.
you live and you learn. A lot of people don't know. You haven't even asked me this question, but I feel like it goes with this. But a lot of people don't know, like, you know, I do this, like, all of this on my own because I know what I want. Like, I do what a manager would, so I guess I'm my own manager. You know what I'm saying? So my voice out there to artists out there, like, once you start taking hold of your own brand, all it is opening your mouth and just what a manager would do. That's so if you master your own craft and know what you want, you can tell the people that, hey, I'm good enough. I can pack this crowd. I feel like I look at my music, look at this, look at this, look at this. People are so in a hurry instead of taking time to really figure out everything. They're so in a rush to be famous. You know, I get it. You know, a lot of people are in different situations. Say I don't miss that. People are in situations that they can't, you know, you know, be able to invest in themselves. But, you know, one thing I can tell people is that the money will come once you really, you know, that's the magic of life. It's like once you really master what you're doing, the universe
Mm-hmm.
or the universe, God, or whoever, however anybody believes in, it just starts working for you because you're putting in work, you're putting in action. No, you cannot be successful without any type of movement from you. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? You know,
So how important was it to you to stay in touch with your roots? Like, would you ever switch up from
man,
Afrobeats, or was that your thing?
nah, man. Like that's the thing about culture, man. You know, it's no disrespect or anything to even America, but I feel like America is the only place in around the world that doesn't have some type of culture. Because when you have culture, I feel like I would explain it as being grounded to something. You know, some type of respect somewhere. You know, I feel like in America you're able to do whatever you want to do. You know, in other cultures you're not able to just do whatever. They come with consequences, and you know, there's not a lot of strong consequences here. So long story short is I just, you know, have a strong mother. You know what I'm saying? You know, like if you see me, you see my brothers, you have to be like, yo, the mother or father was, you know, that's she just made sure she did her best to make sure that we were happy and comfortable enough. You
Right.
get staying comfortable enough, and we have morals, you know. So I have morals, you know. So I'm always more afraid of making my family look, you know, bad. You know what I'm saying? So if you have something to a why of why you should not do something, then it'll keep you. Granted, some people be like, man, I don't care. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing to live, but like, you know, that's that type of mindset, you know, it bothers me. That's why, you know, me doing this music is not just about the music. It's about getting the opportunity to inspire people and have a voice. You know, I'm understanding that you have a platform, you know, people is they're all at your attention.
So speaking of sticking to your roots, did you get a chance to listen to Beyonce's album The Gift, or did you watch Black is King at all?
Man, I've listened to some of the songs. I haven't gotten a chance to, man, like, you know, when somebody like Beyonce, she's a Virgo too, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, so her work ethic is just how I'm moving, you know. So, but I with Beyonce, I feel like you got to sit down and you got to pay attention. You got. So I haven't had that time yet to really sit down. But the music, yeah, definitely. Especially, you know, they had a lot of Afro beats. So you know,
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if you. I absolutely love that album. So if you
yeah.
get a chance, definitely listen to that. Did you? What kind of music did you listen to growing up?
I love '90s R&B. Um, I'm a very good vibe '90s R&B. Like, I mean, all the hits, Jagged Edge type of vibes. Like, you know, hip hop, every type of genre, reggae. I'm very versatile, like, you know, but the majority was R&B. You know, that's why I kind of venture like how my music, some of my music is. You hear a little
Hmm.
bit of, you know, R&B vibes in there.
So do you have a like a dream artist that you want to collab with? Somebody that you would just love to do a song with?
Man, you know, because like I said, I do a little mixture of Afro beats and a little bit of hip hop, so, and especially in this album that's coming out in January, it's going to be a lot of stuff like that. But if Pop Smoke was still alive, I definitely would have. I got amazing tracks that would have been, and it just would have felt like it would have went together because they might have called me his twin. It'd have been like, you know, I just feel like just because I vibe like even before he passed, man, like his vibe is like interviews, like that's what you're gonna get if you watch his interviews. Like in my interviews are gonna be, you know, just a good, you know, fun time.
So well, let's talk about Rise Up.
Okay.
So as a black man in America, how did it feel writing those lyrics and shooting such a powerful video? Because I did get a chance to check it out. So how did that feel for you?
It felt amazing because it was actually a challenge for me. I felt like it was only right because if you listen to all my music, that's a different type of take of song that I even went to. You know, I challenged myself as far as an artist, you know, but you know, I know what it is to, you know, about suffering, and you can't just be on a certain platform and not have a voice as well. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come together. That's what I was saying, and you have to come together. That's the only basketball when you playing championships. You gotta come together. Anything you doing, coming together, even if it's two people, when you come together, it's definitely gonna be better than even if you were the strongest man in the world.
So I'm gonna switch the speed a little bit and talk about performances. So I
Okay.
did get a chance to see you perform at Oxfest. You were definitely dope.
Thank you.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like or enjoy performing?
Man, I love my fans. I love performing for the people. Even when I perform, when you saw me there,
The Iberians, how you say
you
it?
hear the bearing. That's
The
hey, that's
Iberians.
hey. You know, like I love it.
So what's been your favorite performance so far?
I performed before the pandemic at North Carolina A&T, you know, but it was kind of sponsored by UNCG's African ASU,
Hmm.
and it was a sold out show. Me and my DJ, I think it was me and my DJ's first time really, you know, doing a whole sold out show, and I remember I was nervous but excited at the same time. I did everything I felt like, you know, artists should have done. I went to the practices all week. I was like, when I got there, I was like, I knew I was supposed to be here. And when I got on there, the feedback, the fan base, it was a light show, you know. So everybody out there that really wants to really do something, man, that fear is really an illusion. It's such an illusion because once you get out there, it's like this is what you've been asking for.
So
All you have,
didn't you perform for I think it was called The Gift of Africa?
yeah, that's it. That's the show. That's the show.
Oh, that was the show? Okay,
I'm talking
okay.
right there. Yep.
Cool. So who comes up with the creative ideas for your videos?
See, like I said, I've been a videographer. I'm a director, but my brother, you know, during the pandemic, man, we worked together. You know, I felt like if since I'm an artist, you get what I'm saying? Since I'm an artist, I need to really focus on my artistry. So I was like, man, he's gonna know everything. He's my brother. He's gonna know what it is that I want. I'm just gonna direct it because I already. So that's already gonna kill the game. That's how I felt like. So you know what I'm saying? Whatever I envision, I direct. My brother gonna put it together, and it's a movie.
So your debut album is set to release January 2021. So as I was looking through your other things like Dance and Pandemic, are these like you would consider mixtapes?
Yeah, but yeah, everything I put out was pretty much this year, 2020, during this pandemic. I just, you know, took advantage of all the time.
So why the name? Why the name Dance and Pandemic?
That's a beautiful question right there because if in my culture, in the Nigerian culture, man, we could be going through hell, but when we go to a party, we
Just
going
feel
you
good.
going you're not gonna know we going through hell because you know we let that go.
So out of your EPs, Dancing Pandemic, King of All Kings, was it Enough, and Virgo Vibes in the deluxe version?
Hmm.
Which one was your favorite out of all of those? And you
Uh,
only can pick one.
um, man, you know it's amazing. You know, like since I can only pick one, I love like a lot of my music. If I could only pick one, it was actually on my Virgo Vibes Deluxe EP because that's the reason why the deluxe EP even came out. It came out a week after Virgo Vibes came out because of a song called Drippio. Drippio, I love Drippio so much because it's really, I feel like it really explains me. Like Drippio is kind of like you Drippio right now. You got on that. That's a nice sweater. You know what I'm saying? That's drippy. Like you know.
Thank you.
So
Are you gonna have me saying Drippio?
you
All
get what
right.
I'm saying? Like
All right. So listen. So we know we got your album January 2021. Do we have a name?
we do, man. I can't. You would have that
I
exclusive
can't get the
right now. I
exclusive.
wanted the exclusive. I can't do it because the surprise is gonna be so beautiful. Like
Can we get a hint? No. Yes.
I
Peer
can't.
pressure.
I gotta stay. I gotta stay on it. I feel like you can catch me again before we probably can get another interview in
All right.
before the new year.
Yeah, we can get one when it's time to drop.
Yeah, I
But
feel like
that can be our in person one.
yeah, exactly. I feel
All
like
right, we'll set it up. All right, so I'm not gonna pressure you on the name. Can you tell me how many tracks are on there?
yeah, I think because my fans have been waiting for an album for so long. I think I'm gonna give them about 15.
Oh,
I'm telling you, it's gonna be.
that's a strong project.
It's 15, and I'm going towards where you just press play and you don't.
Okay. I
You
love those type. I love a no skip
Yep.
album.
Mm-hmm.
Play it all the way through. So are we? Can we look forward to any music videos
Oh man,
for a
I'm
majority of them?
working on them now.
'Cause
B3,
I already know it's gonna be
B,
crazy because your creative is
B,
just
B3 Studios, man. I'm telling you, like, just pay attention. It's a beautiful journey. You know, the journey to success, even to be one of the people, um, even to be a person that's going on a journey to success, and the person actually going through it, and we see it happening, you know, behind the scenes. See, the world doesn't see everything, all the hard work behind the scenes, and the sweat and tears, but I have seen it many times. I see it happening now, and I know all of this is action, and consistency. Action and consistency, and I got that. My team has that. Everybody on my team has that. Shout out to DRL Tunes, my graphic designer. Anything that I envision, he's gonna put it on pen and paper. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
so you see all my EP covers. I have a vision. He puts it down. You get what I'm saying? So
The EP covers are important.
yeah, they're very important because
Very
you're gonna go
important.
back. They're classics, you know.
Right.
The album.
So your singles "Dance Like This" and "Joe," are those going to be on the debut album, or those were something that
You
was
know
on your
what?
mixtape?
You know what? That's an amazing question. See, T with Tia, man. Like you ask amazing questions. Dance Like This is going to be one of those classics where I feel like I'm going to be on tour on it when I'm even old. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like one surprise thing, since I can't give you the name of the album, is I think I'm going to do a remix to it, to Dance
Okay.
Like. That's definitely, I think that definitely will be on the album, but it might be the remix.
So we have definitely covered pretty much everything. You've answered all my questions before I even got to all of them. But no, that's always a great thing though, because it's like I'm not pulling teeth.
Yeah.
And it's a natural conversation. We definitely passed our 30-minute mark. I'm definitely okay with that.
Yeah.
Is there a song that you want to introduce for the listeners to hear that you would like for me to play? Because you definitely have a lot of great work to choose from. Before you joined my live, I was playing things off your Virgo Vibes
Yeah.
EP. So is there a song in particular that you would like to, you
I,
know?
I would love Drippio from the Virgo Vibes Deluxe EP. Like this right here is King Evie Bello, Drippio.
All right, gotcha.
Unlimited sounds.
Listen up.
Make you want to just
Listen. I fix your kind, I blow your mind. Every time I drip designer, drip. You tag me online, you know I let drip you. You know I let drip you. I go drip you up. You know I let drip you.
I like
You just see me
it.
in designer. 100
One of those
line up. No, I let drip you.
made me want to go to the island.
Yeah, that's vibe. You want to drip like this? Your man can't get you this. You know I be drippy. You know I be drippy. The ice that's on my wrist. The ice that's on my wrist. You know I be drippy.
The ice is on my wrist.
Because we Louis Prada. You know I be drippy. You know we be drippy.
Nice.
You hear the jazz, the sounds in the background, the music.
Yes.
That's right there.
All that stuff is important. Well, listen, it has been a pleasure.
It has. Thank you.
Speaking with you, I have enjoyed vibing with you. Thank you for coming on to my my little talk show, Talks with Tia. I can't wait to our next meetup. Where we can be in person, and I'll probably have tea next time mixed with
Definitely.
something nice.
Right.
And hopefully we can get the exclusive about your album.
Yes.
So again, just let everybody know who you are, where they can find your music, and let them know what you're having.
Yes. This is King Evie Bello. You can find my music on every music platform, Apple Music. You can click on my link tree in my bio, matter of fact, and it'll take you everywhere, YouTube and everything. And you know, we having nothing but good tea with Tia.
Well, I appreciate you and have a good night.
Peace.
All right, bye.